So it's Christmas Eve 1968, and Apollo 8 emerges from the dark side of the moon to see the finite and fragile planet Earth. Astronaut Story Musgrave said that while that was brilliant science, the callous and unconscious way that we treated our planet was pure horror. But he was excited about a new beginning where people would have to change their ways. So this was an entirely new perspective on the planet, and PrimoWind's a new perspective on wind energy. As far back as 1974, Jacques Cousteau was already warning us about ocean acidification and rising CO2 levels as a result of burning fossil fuel. And recently, David Crane, the former CEO of NRG, in his exit letter said that for the company to aspire to growth, there is no growth outside of this sector except for clean energy. And the clean energy will come, but time is running out. Prices have now fallen out of the bottom of oil, and anything that's related to CO2 emissions in the past 50 years, the graphs are hockey stick in appearance, and anybody that doesn't believe, and the scientists agree that climate change is real, and for anybody that doesn't really understand global warming yet, the easiest way to think about it is to put 12 people in a car meant for 4 and roll up the windows, and it gets uncomfortable real quick. And in the last 50 years, we've gone from 3 billion people on the planet to over 7 billion people, so the car's getting pretty crowded. But now, according to Navigant Research, the rooftop energy market's about $112 billion. And for most of you, rooftop energy means solar. And it has until PrimoWind. Our patented rooftop microturbine is elegant, completely quiet, it's very lightweight, and it's bird safe. And it allows us to use wind energy where wind hasn't been used before. We're focusing on commercial buildings and high rises where we have good prevailing wind, but also we can take advantage of the powerful updraft that goes alongside the building. And these installations are the beginning of urban wind farming. And although wind and solar, utility scale wind and solar will continue to grow, urban wind farming avoids any habitat disruption. So we have 3 models that we're working with. We have a standalone freewheeling microturbine. We have a wind-solar hybrid model that puts our turbine into an enclosure with solar on top. And we have a freestanding energy charging station that we call the energy plant that's meant for parks or universities or other community settings where people can charge cell phones or laptops and so on. And then as storage becomes better and more available and less expensive, even off-grid applications become more viable. We recently sold a few units to the US Navy that they're using to power an Arctic research station. But wind is tough. It doesn't work everywhere, just like solar doesn't work everywhere. But so our first markets are places that have good wind regimes and high cost of energy. There's plenty of wind power to power the entire Earth, and but economics are the limiting factor. Yet by 2050, it's estimated that 82% of our energy will come from renewable resources. Germany, Europe's largest economy, is already at about 25%. Spain's at 42%. Portugal's at 70%. The US is sadly lacking at about 11%. But as David Crane says, we're running out of time, so we need to act now for clean energy. And finally, in the words of John Audubon, the earth is not given to us by our fathers, it's borrowed from our children. Thank you.